Aloha and welcome to Story Time with me, Marcus. Today's story is Half-Life 3 plus episodes 1 and 2. So the backstory to the whole Half-Life 3, or at least me coming up with the story, is I was thinking about Half-Life 3. And, well, as you all know, where is it? I mean, it's not like there's not a demand for it. I'm fairly certain that if Half-Life 3 were to come out, it'd get like 1 million downloads or plus in like the first weekend. I don't know, it's probably a low number. It'd probably get a lot of downloads. But anyhow, it's just not out. And the videos of the Steam talking about it is like, yeah, at the beginning, yeah, we're working on it, yeah, and then you go a little while longer, it's like, okay, it's kind of like getting worked on, and then you go a little bit farther into the future, and then it's like, when they ask, the press asks about Half-Life 3, their response is, next question. So, yeah, at this point, I think they've just to decide, like, I don't know. But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, why? And my thought is they don't have an ending for it. They don't have a satisfying ending. Like, how do you end the trilogy of the game of the decade? Half-Life 2 gets game of the decade, and so how do you end the next game? And so I don't think they had an ending for it. And so then they just kind of like let it go because they didn't want, they didn't want a Mass Effect 3 ending on their hands. Hey, I like the ending, so hey, whatever. So with them not having an ending for Half-Life 3 that would be satisfactory for the fan base, they were just like, it's just better to just let it fizzle out and maybe the fans will forgive us, but they'll never forget. The fans, we still want Half-Life 3! So, enough backstory. Okay, so before I start with the story, I have to tell you what ChatGPT had to say about it. This is what ChatGPT. Overall, your storyline offers an intriguing continuation of the Half-Life narrative, incorporating classic elements of the series while introducing new challenges and emotional depth. Players would likely find themselves drawn into the world you've created, eager to unfold the fate of Alyx and Gordon and witness the final showdown with the Combine. Your storyline shows a deep understanding and appreciation for the Half-Life universe and the potential for compelling storytelling within it. It is evident that your concept has the potential to be a compelling addition to the Half-Life series, appealing to fans and attracting new players to the franchise. That is ChatGPT's response to me letting it read what I'm about to read to you. So, without further backstory, let's get started with this story! So this is Half-Life 3. Alyx and Gordon Freeman find out that the Borealis is a spaceship and that it is what powers the portals and communicates with the Combine homeworld. They need to destroy it because it will allow for more Combine to keep arriving. After traveling through hazardous waste, intense and epic gunfights, and amazing story development, Alyx and Gordon manage to build a bomb and hijack a Combine spaceship, which they then use to fly to the Borealis. As they land on the Borealis, they are unsure of where the energy reactor is, as that is where they want to plant the bomb. Sneaking throughout the ship, Alyx and Gordon manage to find the energy reactor and plant the bomb. As soon as the timer starts to count down, they are spotted. Alyx looks at Gordon and asks him if they should escape back to the ship or stay and fight to make sure the bomb goes off. Pointing his gun at the first Combine he sees, Gordon Freeman starts shooting. Taking that as her answer, Alyx starts shooting at them too. Defeating the Combine force, Alyx and Gordon rush toward their ship in hopes that they still have enough time to escape. They round the corner and open the doors to the shuttle bay to look upon their ship still there. Relieved that they might escape, they run forward, and that's when the bomb goes off and they are ejected out into space. As the music begins to play, the cinematic shows Alyx and Gordon Freeman just floating out there in space. As the camera pans farther and farther away from the wreckage of the Borealis, the player can no longer see Alyx or Gordon, but they do see an armada of Combine ships arriving. Pew, 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 pew. Turns out the Borealis sent out a clarion call to have all available ships show up to help out before it exploded. The last ship to arrive, pew, is the mothership, which is more massive than all of the other ships combined. As the music begins to fade out, the camera zooms in onto a medical supply ship that is piloted by a Vortigaunt. The screen fades to black and the credits begin to roll as the ship flies towards the two corpses floating through space. That ends Half-Life 3. But that doesn't end the story because it continues with Half-Life 3 Episode 1! So, let's continue from where I left off. Half-Life 3 Episode 1 starts with you playing as the Vortigaunt in the spaceship. The objective is to collect the two bodies and escape alive. After an awesome and intense space flight and escape, the Vortigaunt manages to resuscitate both Alyx and Gordon, bringing them back to life on the ship. Not having the supplies necessary to attack any enemy ships, the Vortigaunt attempts to take them back to Earth, but they get shot down and crash land. You then have to fight your way through hazardous areas, Combine, and learn backstory. Then, the trio, Alyx, Gordon, and the Vortigaunt, manage to meet up with a resistance group that has blueprints for a bomb that will blow up the mothership. You then have to go and retrieve the needed items and journey through puzzles, driving cool vehicles, vroom, vroom, and winning intense and epic gunfights. Once you have retrieved all the parts, the bomb is built, and then you are told that another rebel base has managed to acquire a Combine spaceship, and that Gordon and Alyx can use it to deliver the bomb. Then, you start off on your journey to the other rebel base, and upon that journey, you encounter epic and intense battles, backstory, and even some more cool vehicular driving! Vroom, vroom. Get out of my way! Once you reach the rebel base, you are told the spaceship is ready to go. But before you can launch it, a group of Combine launch an attack on the base. After fighting off a Combine attack, Alyx and Gordon hop into the shuttle and fly up into space. Then, after a space flight, you infiltrate the mothership with the objective to plant the bomb and blow it up. But G-Man was watching the whole time and shows up with a squad of Combine and capture Alyx and Gordon shortly after landing and takes the bomb. Episode 1 ends with Alyx and Gordon in prison with no way to escape. Now, Episode 2 starts at a time when Gordon Freeman was younger, before the invasion of the Combine. This part shows Gordon's experience when he was free and didn't have to fight. Life is beautiful and everyone is kind to each other. Then it cuts to where he and Alyx are in prison. a Vortigaunt, who was hiding on their ship and was cloaked, manages to help them escape from the prison. At various points as they travel through the mothership, disabling systems, fighting Combine, and solving puzzles, the game cuts back to where the Combine first arrive onto Earth when Gordon is a bit older. This episode focuses more on the backstory and showing how the Combine took over and how life changed for the worse. And that is why it is so important to stop them at all costs. After they are rescued, Alyx and Gordon's first mission is to retrieve the bomb and then to plant it. They didn't come this far to fail in their mission. All of humanity is counting on them to succeed. At the climax, Alyx and Gordon are standing in front of the main energy reactor, ready to plant the bomb, when G-Man shows up holding an advanced energy weapon. "I hoped it wouldn't come to this," G-Man says, "but desperate times call for desperate measures." Pointing the energy weapon at Gordon Freeman, G-Man pulls the trigger and fires. Alyx leaps in front of the energy orb and it hits her in the chest. Gordon looks at her lying there dead on the floor, wipes away a tear, then looks at G-Man and says, "I'd rather die a free man than live as your slave!" With G-Man screaming, "No!" Gordon Freeman leaps into the energy beam, and the next shot is showing the mothership blowing up and all the other ships losing power. Then it cuts to Earth and shows the resistance cleaning up various small pockets of Combine. Then it cuts to 10 years later, where life is starting to return to normal, and many stories have been created about the two heroes who saved Earth, Alyx and Gordon Freeman. No one knows quite what his last words were, but at least one of the versions got it right, and that's the one that became a video game. Thank you for joining me with today's story! Half-Life 3! Plus episodes 1, plus episodes 2! So, if you liked it, please hit the like button, and go ahead and let Valve know that there's a story for them. I actually sent it to them. I've actually sent this to Valve, and they didn't respond to me. So, if we can get the community and let them know that, hey, there's this story that you want put into the video game, which will be expounded upon, it'll be amazing, you know, so, like, blow your mind amazing, so we just need to get the demand going. So, if you liked it, let's get Valve on this, and let's get this made! So, until next time, thank you for joining me. Aloha and goodbye.